Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, place of Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. If we can win the last run, we can win any run. Dude, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna alt F4. I'm done with compost. Don't even get me started on this fire rate and this damage. It's horrendous. The finger is gonna do a little bit of work for us. I'll take any additional source of damage at this point, is more or less what I'm trying to get. Actually, that's surprisingly kind of a pretty substantial amount of additional damage for a run like this, at least. I'm not saying we're necessarily balling out of control, but considering the very dangerous state of our DPS right now, this is not that bad. I'm not trying to be negative, you know, I think we'll still... With 3 HP, we got a real chance to come out of this. This one would be a real tough one if we had 1 or even 2. But with 3 HP, we have some tolerance for failure. We'll make it happen. I'm not concerned. Look at that. Back to full HP. First item room, I personally guarantee an all stats upgrade. That's the Northernlion Gold guarantee. What the heck is this? Little spewer. Yo. This is my son. He is my friend. And if you got a problem with him, you got a problem with me. Now, not the ideal enemy to be facing when you have little spewer. This dude, he's so cute. Is this what it feels like when you give birth to a baby boy? And you go, this is my child, and I will do anything I ever have to do to protect him? There's still new stuff for us to discover in this game. It warms your heart. The cockles of your heart. Whatever the heck that means, I always hear people saying it. I don't know if you've taken a basic anatomy class with those two parts of your body, although interconnected via the vascular system, very geographically distant from one another depending on the height of your torso. So, this is weird, but also pretty sick. Never mind, my son is a failure. It doesn't do damage to enemies, it just slows them. That's bumming me out. I really thought we were going to create creep. It's still an interesting item, mostly, you know, for novelty's sake, because we've never had it before. But I actually thought it was going to be like a creep-generating enemy. Unfortunately, just slowing enemies... excuse me? Oh my god! It was the finger. I couldn't do anything about that once I got myself in that dire situation. Okay, well... What? It's an XL floor! Okay, so we've probably screwed our deal with the devil chance. 2020 is very, very nice. So, hello!
Hello. I needed to get the file from you.
What file?
The co-op, remember? The puzzle thing, we are two? What?
Yes.
We were there too?
Yeah, yeah. You can get the file for me, but not yet.
Yeah. After this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear file, I get nervous, you know, I'm like... Well, so I'm like, what file are you talking? You talking about a file like that would go in a cabinet, or a file...
Is there a file that you have to hide?
There's no file I have to hide, it's just whenever... I don't deal with the business aspect of the business that much, so whenever you say, I need a file, I start to worry about what these files could possibly be.
If you have nothing to hide, why are you scared?
First off, that is the argument that people use to erode privacy throughout all aspects of our civic lives. So I will not accept that. You ever see this item, Kate?
No. Is it you?
Yeah, it sucks though.
Well, how did you get it?
I think I killed myself with Ipecac, and then I got it.
Hey. Character looks like you with hair.
Yep. I get that a lot. I have a round head, but am bald.
Yeah, but then before you went bald, your hair was like that.
Not really.
Yeah?
This hair looks like a 50-year-old Englishman.
No?
His hair's coming out of the center of his head.
Did you already forget how you look like?
No, because whenever I go to Facebook, it's like, do you want to share this picture from 12 years ago? And I'm like, absolutely not.
Was it 12 years ago?
It's been a long time.
No, you had hair 18 years, when you were 18.
Yeah, yeah. 12 years ago.
10 years ago.
11 years ago.
11 years.
We get into these mathematical disputes all the time. I want to tell you, because I know chat's going to take my side. We were talking about
What's new?
percentages. And I said something like, oh, it can't be more than 35%. And then Kate did a back of the napkin calculation and was like, it's actually 36%. I was incensed. Because I was like, 35% is 36% for the
you said it cannot be more than.
Yeah, and it was more than by 1.
Yeah, so it's wrong.
It's just pedantic.
It's like, Price is Right. When you go, if you can't be more than, then you're out.
Yeah,
in
Price is Right, you're on a show.
Yeah, well,
it's
you're
not
on the show with me every day.
Apparently true. Anyway, get out of here. I got an Isaac run to do.
I think the chat is with me.
I don't believe so.
100%.
I would be surprised.
People who are on your side, they're just on your side because they're lamers. They don't have any ground to stand on. So I say to you, stand on your ground.
First you say, if you don't have anything to hide, why are you nervous? Then you say, stand your ground. I'm starting to wonder politically what I've gotten myself into here with the course of this conversation. This is a very prickly situation without context.
Don't take it out of context.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's another social thing.
Another social thing. I agree. It's just a social thing. You wouldn't understand. My guess is that Ruka is on the scratching pad. In the hamper. Under the bed. Yeah, see? You can tell we've been cat owners for a long time. I understand my son's desires. I know where he wants to be. What an awkward way to phrase that. Okay. So while I was having that conversation, what's happened on this run? Well, some positives and some negatives. We're probably not going to go to that cursed room. We picked up Brimstone. Brimstone 2020 is exceptional. However, HP, real spotty. Still in a real bad place. So that's mostly why I'm exploring right now. The idea being in the future. That's exactly what I was going to say. We could pick up some kind of consumables that help put us in a more dominating position. Like being able to get something useful out of our shop here is real nice. I also think that Brimstone combined with Lil Spewer is actually pretty great. We're not getting a whole lot of value out of Little Spewer to begin with, but the fact that we're charging regardless, ooh, that was horrible, just to do our own shot is, it allows us to get the benefit out of it without having any cost associated with it either. So, I've never done a cost-benefit analysis in my life, but I'm going to say that if something has 0 cost and any benefit, that's an infinite on the cost-benefit analysis scale. Let's check out Tarot Cloth. I was really hoping for a demon heart or a spirit heart, but, yeah, I guess we'll just be leaving this floor. We're still... Oh, no. Be smart. Second secret room. Yas. If you give me an HP upgrade, we're destined to win the run. That's all there is to it. Come on. That's not an HP upgrade. I'm willing to go a little deeper. 4 more cents. Wow, is it my birthday? I'm skeptical now. You know what, mister? You've betrayed me for the last time. Well, it's better this way. Where's the fun in a run if you have Brimstone and HP? For anybody, by the way, there's probably some people out there that are like, oh, another Brimstone run, NL takes the easy way out again. Hey, Garbage Lord. Or Garbage Lady, but based on my demographics, probably Garbage Lord, statistically speaking. I got 2.64 damage on the 4th floor of the run. This ain't a soy milk situation where we can be happy about having 2.64 damage. This is a 2.64 damage situation, of which I'm not particular. I should have done that. Not particularly pleased with. This library, though, could make our life a lot better. Now, I'm not complaining. This run is actually still very good. Mostly 2020 means that we don't really have 2.64 damage. Well, we can't access any of those, unfortunately. But would it kill you to give me, like, a single spirit heart now so I could actually, like, have a chance to live my life like there's a tomorrow? Well, 16 cents means in 2 rooms we could get access to a shop and buy something useful. Dude, the champion's gotta go. That was a real deep breath. That was a gasp. Oh, dude, Spewer. I guess as the run goes on, maybe Spewer gets, like, more and more powerful, because he actually is creating real creep for us now. No Krampus, that's what I like to see. Well, justice. I don't want... Actually, no, I do want this. We don't want those. Now do I want to get the books? Look, I'll consider it, but give me some time. This is a much better version of Little Spewer right here. I'm willing to give this a chance. Just one, though. No, let's not press our luck. You know, this isn't Michael Larson. And now, was that a reference to the guy who broke the algorithm on Press Your Luck and won $250,000 and then died surrounded by tuna cans? Yes, it is, and I'll appreciate it if you don't make fun of hoarding. It's a legitimate mental illness, okay? I've already been there in my life. Not with hoarding, but with watching the show and making fun of it and then feeling bad about it later. It's pretty much... Ooh, dude, Marrow. It's pretty much what A&E makes, is exclusively shows that you should feel bad for watching, but instead it's exhilarating. Because you're like, man, my life might be bad, but at least it's not that bad. I'm the one saying it, but you know everybody's thinking it. No. Okay, I don't really want to give you a bone heart for this, so I'm not gonna. We don't need... And that's actually extremely good. We don't need what you have. And I don't care about the books at this point. We don't need... Actually, we should have gone back for it because we could have gotten Bookworm in addition to 2020. But now that I think about it, none of those books had any invincibility or flying, did they? I'm going for broke, dude. So I'm just gonna leave Compost fully charged because it's a damage upgrade. If we get 9 volt, I can use it, but it's not like it was doing that much for us anyway. So I think I'd rather just have... I mean, it's a 5 rate of fire up and like 40% extra damage for our current situation. So I definitely think that this is probably the right way for things to go. I do have a bad habit. Like, there's only 2 kinds of TV shows I want to watch. The problem for me is that there's so much good TV on television right now. We're living in that golden age. So if there's so much to watch that I can't watch all of it, I just want to watch none of it. So all I want to watch is trash. I want to watch shows that are like, these people's lives are in shambles, and we follow them around with a camera over and over. I think that's why I love true crime documentaries. It's like, hey, we're following around this dude who's on trial for murder right now. And I'm like, man, that makes my problems seem very, very small. Or we're following around these people who think that China is going to collect on the American, you know, $8 trillion debt. So we're preparing for doomsday. And I'm like, by the way, why do we get that sound every time we take a pill now? Is something going on with Little Spewer here? The first time it happened, I thought maybe it was just a bug. Now I have no idea. I'm like, man, I'm just sitting here eating Tostitos and watching this. I got no anxiety in my heart that that's actually going to happen. So, you know, it just makes you feel good. But, you know, when the S hits the fan, they're going to be the ones laughing. It's the only genre of TV I care about, is like documentaries about people that I consider weird because I'm judgmental. I'm gonna keep exploring. We should... Oh, we've already been to the shop. Oh, you were a fool. Why would you walk in front of that? I think we should keep exploring. I'm excited. It's like bad pills make Little Spewer excited. Is that what's happening? That's the only kind of TV I want to watch. That and like, you know, you might be wondering, you know, NL, you finish The Staircase. What are you watching now as you try to fall asleep? Netflix has my back to such a huge degree. This is the only company on earth that actually gets me. Like 2 weeks ago, they put an incredibly long 471-part dry documentary about the Vietnam War narrated by Ken Burns on streaming, and I have been just like, literally, I turn it on and it's like, here's a long interview with former Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara about the causes and effects of the Vietnam War, and I'm like, you know, you might think that I'm learning a lot. I'm learning nothing, but I'm having the best sleep of my entire life. It's incredible. I've never been more excited to go to bed, and believe you me, I'm not trying to make light of the Vietnam War. It's within living memory. It's crazy. I always think about this, you know, whenever, I probably talked about it in episodes before, but I feel so lucky to have been born in the era that we were born in. Like, you know, of course, as a millennial, we joke about the catastrophic economic situation facing our generation that is unprecedented, and etc., etc. But simultaneously, like, especially in Canada, I'm just thankful, like, I wasn't born in one of the generations that had, like, you know, a draft. I think about it, like, some of these guys going to war in Vietnam were 18 years old. It's like, hey, good job, you got an A in 12th grade calculus, now here's an M16, go over and fight in this war. I'm really thankful that I was born in a generation where that was not a concern. It really puts it into perspective. As a 29-year-old, I would not want to go over there, obviously. Now, you know, there's good reasons to go and there's good reasons not to go, of course, but, you know, I'm not watching it and going, look at these idiots. I'm watching it and going, man, what a messed up situation. There, but for the grace of God go I, you know? If my parents had had me when they were 5 years old, I could have been drafted. No, they would have had to be like -15, probably. I don't know. I don't care about anything that happened prior to my birth. And neither should you. It is wild, though. Hopefully this is one of those sentences, you know, you always think about it, that doesn't become ironic, and they're like, you know, later, this very bit of dialogue ends up in a Ken Burns documentary about the cyber war of 2040, and they're like, little did he know. He was gonna spend the rest of his life in a POW camp. In Vilnius. That's right, I know the capital of Lithuania. You got a problem? More of that. I think, like, you know what, people sometimes, you know, when Christmas rolls around, their favorite TV station is just like, you know, the crackling Yule log, with or without the Overwatch project lead sitting in front of it. We're on depths 2, right? Yeah, so we should slow down. We have been slowing down, but we should continue to slow down. Yeah, let's play this. We got 3 luck, which is actually really good. That's what I want for Netflix, but instead of it being a crackling fire, it's like just a 65 to 80-year-old war veteran somberly talking about their experiences. It's a very selfish thing to say. It's not that I'm not interested in it. It's just that for whatever reason, my brain is like, time to go to sleep. And I appreciate the sacrifices that they made, but simultaneously, I'm like, you are better than a tall glass of warm milk. I don't know what it is about it. I recognize, by the way, I'm eroding my own fan base, because people that are watching this while they're trying to fall asleep are going to be like, this guy keeps talking in a loud voice, shouting, singing songs that are not any good, waking me up in my time of slumber. I gotta start watching this Ken Burns documentary. Please do. Stay awake when you watch my videos. They're dynamic entertainment. There's a lot of references that might slip by when you're trying to fall asleep. You know? I got some bomb commentary about William Fichtner movies. The guy with the long face who played the bank manager in The Dark Knight. I don't really. It's another run actually pretty similar to our last run. By the way, Little Spewer is trash again, but still an interesting item. Is it the pill that is changing Little Spewer's effect? I don't know. That would be an interesting kind of design space to go after that I hadn't experienced before. Why is this similar to the last run? Oh, dude. Absolutely we do this. Now we just go to the boss rush, steal an item, and get the heck out. The reason it's very similar to the last run is because, like the last run, the run looks great, but actually is deceptively trash. We have 3.57 damage. Oh, okay, never mind. We have 16 damage. That's a lot better. Rate of fire is very bad, but we actually have something that makes up for that in the form of the finger. So all we have to do is point at an enemy, they'll take a lot of damage, and then after we're done pointing at the enemy, we unleash the brimstone laser. Anything left alive is gonna eat it, is what it comes down to. So, the only remaining little quirk of this run that could potentially kill us is the lack of HP that we're experiencing. But if we can handle that, we're in a good spot. Rate of fire improving would be nice as well for rooms where we get swarmed. But for right now, like, I'm feeling real positive. Like, that was half of Mom's HP. We should really prioritize shooting the foot, because that'll just finish it off. Okay, no deal with the devil. Polaroid is actually very important. Blank card. No, we need the tears upgrade. Oh, but no, I'm taking Eden's Blessing, straight up. Eden's Blessing is just more fun. Even though the tears upgrade from Sad Onion would be better, this gives us something for the next run, so we're kind of like metagaming it a little bit. I like it. So rate of fire went up by like 20%. This is really good. Still a little spotty on HP. And rooms with like a single enemy, oof, including boss rooms, are going to be real easy. Rooms with a lot of tiny enemies are going to be a real pain in the keister. It's an uncommonly used word. Uncommon? It's an uncommonly used word in today's day and age. Keister used to be one of the top 5 words to refer to the derriere. Other ones, derriere, bum, butts, behind. Now, badonkadonk, booty, thickness, calipesian, the Kardashian zone. These are not terms from Battlestar Galactica. I think. I don't know. I haven't seen Battlestar Galactica in frackin' forever. Haha, just kidding. I've never seen it. I made you think I was one of you. A Cylon. That's Battlestar Galactica, right? Edward James almost watched at one point. I had a friend over and she was like, you should watch Battlestar Galactica, you'd like it. And I watched the first episode and I was like, I like it. And then I never watched it again. You ever have that experience happen? I have the opposite happen now and then too, where I like be watching a TV show and be like, episode 1, I hated it. Yeah, sure, put on another one. It's not like we're doing anything else. What are we gonna do, watch Battlestar Galactica? By the way, if you laughed at that Edward James almost joke, first off, thank you. Secondly, just like remove yourself, not from existence, but just like remove yourself from the room temporarily and think about what you've done to reinforce that type of humor in me. For those of you who weren't aware, Edward James Olmos is the lead actor in Battlestar Galactica. One of the lead actors, at least. No. Remember, your deal with the devil here is going to be a spirit heart deal. Check it out. I'm taking it. Why am I taking it? It puts us 1 away from becoming Guppy. I'm going to take this as well for speed, basically. We cannot be hit once and killed by any enemy as far as I know, except for maybe the freaky enemy that does double damage. But I don't even know if they exist this late in the game. So we have, because of the fact that we have a bone heart, effectively this is 2 HP. So I am taking a little bit of a leap of faith that we'll end up with some kind of Guppy dream here. And Guppy's hairball is like definitely not the item you want to stake your whole victory on. But I also am Northernlion, the king of the Zane. You think Oh, taking D-Infinity, Zany. Nah. Throwing away 40% of your HP, and I want you to do that in math, okay? You're gonna say 50%. Nah. Throwing away 40% of your HP on an item that is very likely to do nothing for you. That's Zane. But in the 1 in like 15 chance that it does something for you is worth it. What was that awful noise? It was the Waluigi enemy. By the way, if you play either Waluigi or Bowser Jr. in Mario Tennis Aces, congratulations. Your love for those characters has destroyed a potential esport. I would like you to remove yourself from the room. Go with the Edward James Olmos people. No. I stopped playing, like, on vacation I played so much Mario Tennis Aces because I was sick. It was nice to have an excuse, you know? My vacation was basically me being 12 years old again. I was like, it's the summer, and I'm playing 4 hours of Mario Tennis a day. It was a weird revival of my adolescent years. You know, I was like 12 when Mario Tennis came out, the first one. Oh, you mean the one on DS? Nah, son. The one on N64. I like Mario Tennis so much, I asked my parents to enroll me in tennis lessons. That was what it was like back then. You like a video game so much, you take up the digital sport as a real hobby. It was an outreach program. Why do you think they sold so many skateboards between the years of 2001 to 2009? Tony Hawk, specifically. The Birdman. I don't want to talk about the fact that I didn't get Guppy there. Mario Tennis, you can't tell me that Nintendo didn't know that they had a balance problem with Mario Tennis Aces, because it's the only game I've ever played in my life where matchmaking allows you to decline a match that it found for you based on what the other person picked as a character. That, aka the Bowser Jr. feature. For anybody not familiar, essentially, Bowser Jr. is extremely overpowered in Mario Tennis Aces because of the fact that he has a trick shot that allows him to basically laterally move across the entirety of the width of the tennis court and hit any ball that has ever been created. Are you doing weird stuff now? What are you doing now? You're making creep. Fantastic. It is pills that change him then. That's cool. You're a cool item. By doing those trick shots, he builds meter. By using that meter, he can essentially pull off a special move that is very difficult to hit and can easily contribute to a match victory. So, as soon as people figured out that Bowser Jr. is insanely overpowered, nobody plays Bowser Jr. anymore. Nobody chooses to play against Bowser Jr. anymore, is what I mean, except for other Bowser Jr. players. So half the time, you know, whenever I queued up, if you play Waluigi, I'll play you. I don't care. Waluigi's a cool dude. Just because he's tall, it doesn't mean you should hate him. You know, he's got long arms. That makes sense from a tennis-based perspective. Bowser Jr., I will not play you. I'm sorry. Choose it. If you want to play, it's like being in NHL 18, and you're like, oh, I'm using Team Canada. What, you're scared? Yeah, I'm scared. I'm playing as the Vancouver Canucks. Our best player is 14 years old. I'm not going to play against Team Canada. It's not fair. So all I'm trying to say is if you like Bowser Jr., you're the scum of the earth, and I hate you, and you're destroying it. Mind you, they should fix the balance as well. But simultaneously, you know, grow up. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is easy win, easy life. What's your review on Mario Tennis Aces, by the way, NL? I think Mario Tennis Aces is a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 is my favorite rating. It conveys a lot. It is certainly not a must-buy, but it is fun. If Nintendo games ever went on sale, that would be the ideal time to pick it up. Crystal Ball? Dude, I know where I'm going. It is weird though, like, there's an adventure mode in the game that nobody, including me, likes at all. I really want them to just make, like, a new... and I'm being serious with you when I say this. Is anyone from Nintendo watching? Run this idea up the chain. I promise you. Here's the thing. You don't need me to tell you this, because any game you make will sell 3 million copies just by virtue of the fact that everyone loves playing everything on the Switch right now, myself included. But make Camelot Software make a new Mario Golf RPG in the vein of the Game Boy Color Mario Golf games, but add online multiplayer and tournaments into it as well. You'll sell 1 trillion copies, I promise you this. You did a decent job with Mario Tennis. Now bring the championship home with Mario Golf. I promise you. Or Mario Strikers. It'll work. But Mario Golf, you could even just hire the Golf Story team to make a Mario Golf and then add online multiplayer into it. It's gonna print money. I'm not trying to sell an idea. My idea is worthless, but it's worth something to me. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It'll be a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.